Library and ISD is starting now. The first section of webinar is welcome address. I invite Dr. P. Harinarayana sir, ISD head, for the welcome address.
But how about the number of participants?
Now it's 20, sir.
It's 20.
20.
Yeah.
The starting time is 11.
Yeah. Okay. Please start.
Invite Harinarayana sir for the welcome speech.
Okay. So very good morning to Professor A. Sabu, the Member Secretary of KSCSTE, Dr. Sainul Abideen, the Deputy Librarian at ISET Trivandrum, my colleagues from KSCSTE, the dear participants. Indeed, it is a series of lecture series of webinar series which IST holds with the library in promoting library science and use of technology in library and information sciences. Today we have with us Dr. Sainul Abideen, the Deputy Librarian of ISER. He was actually earlier librarian at Assistant Librarian at IIT Kharagpur and librarian at the Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Kerala, before joining ISER. I welcome Dr. Sainul Abideen to this program. We also have with us the Member Secretary of KSCSTE, Professor A. Sabu, who was the former Pro Vice Chancellor of Kannur University and Professor in the Department of Biotechnology, Kannur University. He is actively supporting these programs of IST for the last 2 years. We have been working with KSCSTE. I welcome Professor A. Sabu also to this program. We know that today's program actually concentrates on the webinar is actually on promoting information services using technology, which is to explore the emerging and established technology that can be effectively leveraged to enhance visibility, accessibility, and impact of library services. And hope this session will highlight on the role of digital platforms or automation tools and innovative technologies in redefining user engagement. So I welcome once again all the participants, the speaker and the Member Secretary and my colleagues to this program officially. Thank you, sir. Now I request the Honorable Member Secretary to provide his opening remarks so that we can start the program after his opening remarks. Sir, please.
Good morning, esteemed guest of today's webinar, Dr. Sainul Abideen, my colleagues from the Information Science Division, Dr. Harinarayana, distinguished participants, researchers from various institutions. This is again a great occasion for KSCST to host eminent personality in information science like Dr. Sainul Abideen, who is Deputy Librarian at Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Trivandrum. In fact, I was having a look at Dr. Sainul Abideen's profile. He spent quite a lot of time, last 25 years, he is actively involved in providing digital platform for information dissemination. He is a recipient of the Best Librarian Award in 2022, and he got award from Elsevier for the best usage growth in Science Direct, the consortium of science-based research journals across the globe. And we are lucky to have Dr. Sainul Abideen this morning, and he will be speaking on promoting information services with the technology. For some time, we were providing information services with the technology some time back. Now we are promoting the utilization of technology for dissemination of information. So, but there were times people were queuing up in front of the library counter to get a space, to get a cubicle in the library, to sit in a relaxed mood and read and take notes. Later on, with the introduction of Xerox machines and all, the time that people used to spend in the library came down sharply. They identify the required books or journals and get a copy of the relevant pages and leave the library. Now the libraries become platforms for providing information digitally, which can be accessed by a large number of people from anywhere in the world. And by the introduction of honors in the country, We were all lucky to get the consortium of books and journals through Government of India services. So the future of library and information science is going to be, libraries will remain over there as nodal points for knowledge dissemination. And we people will be sitting in different parts of the world and will be accessing information through the digital devices. And experts like Dr. Sainul Abideen will do the needful to help us. That means the easiness of accessing information will be more in the coming years once artificial intelligence also comes into picture. So this is a great occasion, friends. Make use of the opportunity to listen to the expert, interact with him, get the best out of him, and let me congratulate the team from Information Science Division of KSCSTE for regularly organizing webinars like this. So once again, thanks everyone. Let me welcome all of you to the webinar. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir. I think now we will go to the lecture series by Dr. Sainul Abideen. As I already told you, he has been working in various institutions. As Dr. Sabu sir has already mentioned, he has been awarded also for the as best librarian. To his academic qualification, he has completed his Bachelor of Library Science from University of Calicut, followed by a Master's in Documentation and Information Science from Indian Institute of Statistical Sciences, Bangalore, with first rank. Dr. Sainul Abideen was awarded PhD by Savitribai Phule, Pune University. He was also trained from Rich University, Brazil, in Library and Information Sciences. So I request Dr. Sainul Abideen sir to proceed. Sir, please.
Good morning. Thank you, sir, for your nice wording. Respected Sabu, sir, Member Secretary of Kerala State Council for Science and Technology and Environment, and Dr. Harinarayanan, sir, Head of the IST Division, KSCSTE, and other dignitaries, and my dear colleagues. Basically, I'm very happy to be here associated with Kerala State Council for Science and Technology, being part of this particular webinar. And in fact, I was very happy to hear that KSCST has been organizing different webinars in the past nearly 2 years' time on the relevant topic, which are of great importance to the library and information science. And today we are talking about promoting information services with technology. As we have been hearing about latest changes which has been happening in various walk of life. Let me share my presentation. Are you able to view this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So today's our talk is on promoting information services with technology. As we have changed it, I mean, there's a lot of change in the various walk of life. It can be in any area of our day-to-day life. It has been totally changed in the past nearly 20 years. That was basically due to change in technology or information technology, basically. So according to that, libraries also have to provide various services which would satisfy the requirement of the users, and also they have to adopt and reorient the library services using different technologies. So in this context, today's talk will be basically to explore the emerging and established technologies that can be effectively leveraged, enhance the visibility, accessibility, and impact of the library services. It's not only the technology I'll be talking about, basically the services. Using technology, what are the services which as a library, which should be adopting to facilitate their services to meet the requirement of the user community. And also I'll be touching up some of the digital platforms, automation tools, and innovative technologies in redefining the user engagement. As you know that even in 1976, the Kemba, he has mentioned that the fifth need of the man, ranking after air, water, food and shelter, is the information. So even at that time itself, it has been highly prioritized, the need for information and the importance of information. Then now in this particular time, we need not have to stress upon that. So we are completely hidden or we are flooded with information now. So information service is more important. When we are talking about the this change, what I was talking in different field. So this is the situation now. So we can see an old library, in a traditional library, which has got a whole lot of physical books, and now it has been transformed into a digital space where you have all sort of resources in online format, and they are having digital gadgets, various gadgets including computers, laptop, mobile systems and things like that. So that type of transition has happened in the library setup. So accordingly, libraries also have to provide the services which will be recurring the user satisfaction. So when we look at this information landscape, the change in information landscape, so that has mainly happened due to the change in communication channels. In the past several years, we had come across. See, when we were students, we never had an opportunity to, to look at internet or to refer the online resources to have a to answer the questions which is being provided, given by the faculty members in that time, even when we are doing the library science. And so that time we were completely into a paper-based environment. Now it has become a completely network environment. So due to this change, large information technology evolution, it has happened. Due to that, this information requirement from the users also has totally reduced, totally changed. You can see that in my entire period of in this library, I can see that we never got any request for getting a printed copy or a photocopy of an article. Instead, they are demanding for the articles in a PDF format. For that too, they wanted to be available in their, either they have to be sent by email, or they have to be sent by WhatsApp, or even through the digital drive or whatever it is like. Similarly, so that is the requirement which is coming in. The technology one side it is developing, the requirement accordingly the user requirement has changed it. So if you are living only with a printed collection, it will not, library cannot survive. So meeting with this condition, even the publishers also have realized that there is a tremendous change happening. The users' demand is changing, and also the speed of information generation and dissemination also has a heavily increasing. So even we can see that recent years we had noticed that. So when Encyclopedia Britannica, they had we all know that okay, the multi-volume set of Encyclopedia Britannica used to be seen in university libraries. Okay, so the CEO he announced 2 years back that okay, they are going to stop printing the printed copies of Encyclopedia Britannica. Instead, they are going to have the only digital format. The reason which they are telling was not only the cost involved, the speed at which the information is generated. By the time it was getting printed, the encyclopedia was getting obsolete. So that is the speed of generation of information, and also the facilities available. So even the publishers have moved. Many of the journals, they started moving from print media to electronic media. So many of the print journals have stopped and they started coming only in electronic format. So like that, even the books move to electronic books and things like that. As again, you can see that's a tremendous volume of information which is getting generated. It's become an information overload. So purifying information from the relevant information become a problem for the users. And also the generation of the information also has changed a lot, because it is changing from a single-sided information dissemination or information generation. It has become a collaborative environment. See, even if, for example, even one scientist, if he is writing an article, it is not only happening by himself. Now it is coming in a collaborative environment. So he may be getting collaborated with so many other scientists across the world. Okay, so they are doing in a real-time environment. The information is getting generated, and also even there were information which is available on a particular format. Say, for example, in the earlier case, we have the printed book or a newspaper or maybe a journal. So it was in a very specific format it was generated. Okay, and now the things has changed. So information generation due to this development in communication and technology. So now anyone can generate an information. See, we can see the social media or even in any other internet. You can see that information. Anyone can generate the information, and without any problem. Okay, so that way the change of generation of information has changed a lot. Okay, and in order to have this type of changes, there are emerging tools to satisfy this communication requirement which has happened. Maybe emails, chat, blog, wikis, RSS feeds, information aggregation services, podcast, webcast, different types of apps, and whatnot, social medias. Now, in the recent days, we can see there are a lot of AI-based tools also, like that is revolutionizing the entire information landscape now. So we have to see that, okay, why we have to promote information services. One thing is that to enhance the visibility of the information or the library or information service itself has to be visible to the community, to the users, to the well-wishers. And also the accessibility also to be improved. It has to be easily accessible. So for that also one can depend on different technologies which are available. Even we can see that there are people who are inaccessible to certain type of resources. Say for a blind person, he cannot read. Okay, other person, he cannot hear the audio, things like that. So such type of thing, drawbacks were there in the previous cases. Now that and all has been diminished by improving the accessibility and adopting to different technologies, and also increase the impact of the library information services. We also have to depend on different facilities available. See, for example, libraries are providing different services, latest services. See, for example, in academic publishing. So we have been providing a lot of information, uh, uh, a lot of information, providing a lot of information. And in case of engaging the users, we have to make the user community engaged by application of different technologies and services available. So it is all about changing perception. See, the perception about the library has to change. Perception by the librarians has to change. Perception about the library by the users has to change. Perception about the funding authority to the library has to be changed. So all these changes required. So that is the reason we have to promote information services, and we have to adopt new services. We have to engage with the different technology facilities. So we have to see that what to promote as far as information or a library. So what we can promote, we are having information products. Information products we have information services we have, and here we are also having manpower. That also a resource of a library and information system. As far as products are concerned, we know we are having the library collection, which include books, journals, magazines, videos, films, or even if it is an academic institution, theses, project reports, annual reports, and all sort of information resources which we have. We have to promote that, its usability. Okay, and similarly nowadays online resources. It can be of e-books, e-journals, different data sets, online databases, either bibliographic or full text resources, and tools for accessing and promoting the academic publishing, like grammar checking tools, plagiarism checking tools, data composing tools, the tools which are used for drawing, like ChemDraw in chemical science and biology, life science field. They use different illustration softwares. So like type of online resources are also part of our product. Its use and its usage, it has to be promoted. Then online catalog, as you already know that, okay, so earlier we had a printed catalog, now we are having opaque and web opaque. Then different databases, even databases and data sets. There are databases consisting of data sets and statistical data, okay, like data full and Indian stats, things like that. Then audiovisual resources, computing resources, different type of equipments which are available in the library. It can be for the scanning, it can be for recording, it can be for capturing the audio or video and producing the different type of graphical output. All this type of resources constitute under products. And it can be of any other in-house products that can be offered part of the library. So these also have to be promoted for the effective use of the libraries. Then services. We are having traditional library services. Then also we are having the advanced library services specific to different type of libraries. See, as we all know that reference service, interlibrary loan, or document delivery services, selective dissemination of information, or current awareness services, and libraries different events and programs, including book exhibitions, seminars, workshops, user orientation programs, a specific training program on different tools, and user advisory services, and referral services, where we refer the users to another institution or another place where they will be having a better facility. So such facilities, this type of service. And in an academic environment, citation analysis. If there is a scientific institution, the citation data is very much important to see the productivity of the scientist or the faculty members or the research scholars. Similarly, the plagiarism and grammar checking services to check the manuscript, whether it is having plagiarized content, or checking the manuscript for its grammar accuracy before it is submitting to the publishers, if it is a manuscript, or before it is submitted to the institution in case of thesis or project report, things like that. And services for researchers, like academic profiling including the profile of the authors or the academicians or scientists. They can have in different databases, they can have their profiles, including that of, say, for example, Scopus or RoboScience or ORCID, things like that. And now the remote access services. So one can access the resources remotely from other institutions or other localities, even from their home or from other institution if they are going for say some conferences or for project work, or maybe for a short-term assignment in case of a faculty, maybe during their sabbatical or things like that. So this type of services also will have to promote for the effective use of the library and information service. Then another component, and which is not been very effectively or being promoted, is the people. The manpower of a library is an asset. Okay, so we can have the library staff. They have having specialized skill. Some of them may be an expertise on particular capabilities. So they may be people who are very much expertise in working on particular type of softwares, or maybe library automation, or different type of databases, or there may be some staff members or in the library, they are having special skills. Okay, so they maybe of professional skills or even other skills the people may have, or there may be another staff members, they may have a special ideas or concepts. So these type of even their achievements, all these things also have to be promoted, because they are part and parcel of any library. So not only the product and services, the achievements and the skills or expertise of the human being, of the manpower, they are part of the library, also has to be uh, promoted. So different ways of promoting. See, basically, if you wanted to promote anything, okay, so it has to align with the requirement of the users. Okay, so in various ways, in service, we have to adopt the user requirement in the service. Some people wanted to have the services in offline mode. Okay, there may be some people, they wanted to come to the library and use the offline services. But at the same time, maybe the new generation, they wanted to have the library services available in an online environment. Okay, nowadays we can see there's a lot of shift happening, and there are footfalls, physical footfalls to the library are reducing. It's not only the case of the library. Even if you take the case of a banking system. So how many of us are going to a bank very regularly? But we have been availing the banking facilities online, either through their online portal or through their mobile app facilities, things like that. Similarly, so the users community, new generation also has been requiring services in this sort of facility. And also in location, we have to adopt the user's requirement as far as the location is concerned. Somebody wanted to come inside, want the services inside the library. Somebody wanted to get the information and services in their workplace. Even there may be some cases they wanted to have the information or services available at their doorstep in a remote location. So for all this thing meeting requirement, we have to adopt the technologies or services which will facilitate this type of services. And similarly, in case of format, okay, there are people, they are interested in reading physical books. Okay, they are not convenient, or they are not habituated in reading the physical book. Okay, but there may be a set of users, they wanted the books in electronic format. So these days it become a habit. Many people are asking for electronic book. Even when we get recommendation also, they recommend, okay, we wanted to go for the electronic books. Similarly, we have to adopt to the way of technology. Okay, so in that case of technology also we'll have to adopt either in a networked environment or in a completely web-based environment or in a mobile-based environment. Okay, so the last one is becoming more popular now, services on mobile. Okay, I'll come to that in detail in our presentation. So traditionally, how we were promoting that. So we are having, it's not that, okay, the promotion of the library and its services are nothing like new. So we have been promoting the services. And traditionally also we have been promoting libraries. Okay. And in fact, libraries were I should say that libraries were one of the first adopters of any of the technology, whatever it comes in. Okay, I'll come to that in next slide. Okay, so but however, in the traditional setup of library publications, we publish, we put out notice, newsletters, brochures, and photographs, or different albums, and also we conduct a book exhibition to propagate or to promote the use of reading habit, or to announce the book displays, to publicize the latest arrivals, or we conduct physical seminars, okay, or physical user education sessions when new users are coming. So used to have what is that new arrival, what is that library orientation sessions for different type of students, or even other ways, maybe individual or group based training sessions to the user community. And posters. So we used to come up with posters on various aspects of or various service of the libraries, and bookmark. So we can see that many of the books we use the bookmark which is of the libraries. Okay, so these are some of the traditional mechanism of providing traditional and traditional way of popularizing the library services. But now let us see, in the modern days, we are having the many technologies or many facilities which are either commercial or other ways are available, including library website, where we publish the details about the library and its services, user groups, library having the library user group to discuss about the library and propagate the information about the library services and activities. It can be of earlier we had email-based discussion groups. Now things have changed. Even WhatsApp or different other tools are available, and through that also discussion groups are being created to exchange ideas or to disseminate information about the library and information services and whatnot. The social media. I don't want to talk about social media. I think all of you are very well aware of the social media and the technology which is used and the different social media applications, including Facebook, YouTube, or all sort of social media applications. Another a tool which we can make use of is blog. Okay, we have seen many libraries which are using blog as their promotional activities. We will discuss about the blog in detail after a while. Then RSS feed. So these are the feeds which are provided in different sites that can be pumped information services. Say, for example, in case of journal articles, whenever a journal is getting published with a new issue, so publisher, they provide the RSS feed, and we can feed that into our website or blog, or we can even to have the browsers, so that instead of having a physical what you call, earlier we had current awareness services where we used to take photocopy of the first page of the or table of content of the journals, but now that has been changed. Now customized, depends on the requirement of the users, depends on the research or subject area of the users. We can customize that, the feeds, and we can provide that RSS feeds to the users community. Similarly, online alert. See, when major databases or publishers, they provide online alert facilities, wherein we need not have to worry about it. Okay, whenever a new article coming on my area, so it is getting alerted automatically through email whenever a new publication has generated in any of the, if it is a publisher, say for example Science Direct, you can set an alert, or Above Science, you can set an alert. Once you set an alert, so you also can specify the time period at which you wanted to get an alert. So it can be a daily or a weekly or a once in a month. Okay, so that alert you can set it. So do as per that frequency, you will be getting alert on your mailbox with the content relevant to your subject area. So wherein Above Science and all, you can set a search query. That query will be converted into an alert. Once that query will be run, the result will be generated as an email alert to your email box. So these are another facilities. Then online tutorials. Online tutorials also will be discussing it in detail here. And then podcast, webcast, and webinars. And these and all again become more popular, say after this COVID period. So nowadays, many of the publishers have converted, instead of giving a physical training to the users, they are moved to the webinar sessions. Okay, that is advantage also. Now you all are attending it in a virtual webinar instead of having the trouble of traveling to to distance places. Now that become shorter, so the remotely people can access the webinar and all these announcements or seminars. And similarly, different publishers, apart from giving their products, say for example Elsevier, they have their Science Direct. Okay, it's a full text database. Apart from that, they provide many apps that will be of add-on tools which will be supporting to the their resources. Okay, see for example, if somebody wanted to have an idea about the other collaborations, there are applications which they provide. You can have that details. Okay, but similarly, there are multiple applications are available provided by different publishers that also can be made use of for promoting library services. And now very recently, and there are flood of AI tools that is coming in. Okay, that is also again revolutionizing the library services. So a lot number of AI tools are coming, which is in common nature, and there are many which we can also use for library services, and also is in promoting the library information services. So now let's see some of the established technologies which we have been using for several days. I mean, severally in the past we have been using, a few years we have been using, and now it's sort of become established. So one is a website. Okay, so that is to propagate the library information to the public. Then integrated library systems. Integrated library system, as all of you know, that there are many library automation softwares, integrated library softwares are there. That is basically used for processing for easy processing of the library's routine activities. Basically, it is helping the library community or the library staff to facilitate or to conduct the routine activities. But in turn, it gives a promotional avenue for the library because you can process the resources fast, you can process the user requirement fast, you can retrieve the information very quickly. Okay, so that also available, including these softwares are having opaque and web-based opaque also to facilitate easy retrieval of the library collection. And then digital repositories. So to disseminate the intellectual output of the parent organization. So many of the institutions, they are coming with digital repositories. Sorry. So when you talk about library websites, as you all know that I don't need to explain about a library website. All of you are having a website and they provide the information about the library, rules, regulations, details about the timing, the information about the staff. There is basically the resources which are available, provide a facility for you to check your catalog, check your library blog, check the details about the books, journals, online journals, okay, and provide details about the archival content, okay, faculty profile. You can have the video resources, bibliographic or full text databases, and all sort of other academic publishing and supporting tools. All this can be linked and provided through the library website that we have been using it for quite some time. Then integrated library system. See, we use Evergreen Library Integrated Library software. This is the catalog interface of front interface of that. So here itself you can see that you are having new arrivals. New arrivals are displayed here. So the system automatically generates these new arrivals to publicize the latest arrivals instead of a physical book display in the physical library. You can also see that there is a display for trending titles. So what it shows that it automatically calculate which are the books which are having a high number of usage in the past few weeks. So then this detail will be populated here automatically as a trending title, so that as we are in education institutions, so students always will be having the classes on a particular subject. So they may be using the same book and they will have a demand for those trending titles. So straight away, instead of making a search in the library software, they should be able to check or even reserve the books from this interface itself. Then opaque. So you can see that here this again this is an I have taken a screenshot of our opaque. It is coming from Evergreen. Evergreen-ils.org, evergreen-ils.org. That is a place where you can even download and start using this software. We have been using it for the past several years without any flow, and we found it very effective software, which we have been using it. See, what I'm talking about is that opaque. See the opaque. See here, you can see that generally opaque will be having the physical collections, either the physical collection like books, generally the books details. Here we have integrated the mark record of not only the books, physical book. We wanted to have the ebooks data also available integrated along with the opaque. You can see that. See, for example, the title algal chemical ecology, or green chemical reactions, or optical chemical reactions having this. You can see that there's a mention about ebook. Okay, so these are all ebooks. So if somebody is searching on, see here, there's a chemical. So whatever is there in the title chemical word that is listed, it doesn't matter whether it's a physical book or a electronic books. So this is how we are trying to promote the e-books, so that instead of, because the user may not be knowing whether for them it is material, whether it's a physical book or e-book. So we are pushing. So with a single search itself, they are going to get complete details about the physical book plus electronic books, which is available in the library. So when we look into the details about the OPAC inside, you can see that nowadays the OPAC itself it has been integrated with the its cover page and its table of content description. Also, we can see that in some cases it will have the table of content also if it was available. And you can see that, okay, it has been integrated with awards, reviews, and suggested books. So these are the features of the latest type of library OPAC. It is sort of an interactive. Say, like in a social media, you can post something, and then you can see the comment about that. So like that, here you can have suggestions added on, suggestions added, so that the person who is coming next, who wanted to read, before that he can review the book. See, you can see that these days when we buy resources from e-commerce portals, so always we look into the product, its specifications, and also the reviews and ratings. So if the review is good, then only we buy. So like that, if one user can review a book, then they can post their review here. Another thing is that digital repositories. Digital repositories, you can say, like any institutions, they can come up with their own content, their own digital library, or their own digital repository with in-house content. So in our case, ours is an education institution having PhD programs, master's programs, and different other programs. So here we used to have, it's mandatory for us that, okay, all PhD theses has to be uploaded, to be shared to the library, and the library make sure that these PhD theses are, and also the master's reports are available in this archive, in this digital repository. I cannot call it as an archive. I can call it as a digital repository. So what happens? So in the earlier days, we used to have, no, if we did not have, many of the institutions have the process of collecting the hard copy of project reports. Of course, we collect the hard copy of a PhD thesis, but many institutions, they collect the hard copy of the thesis and it will be lying in the shelf and without having anybody using it. Nobody knows that what is the content of that, or it is because it's not that it is difficult to find out the detail from a physical collection, but instead if it is available in a digital format. So in our case, 100% of PhD theses and master's project reports are completely converted into a digital format, made accessible to our own user community. It's available. Currently, it is available on an intranet system only. Like, of course, the PhD theses are mandatorily now available to be in the eShod Ganga portal of Government of India. So all PhD theses can be available from eShod Ganga digital repository of PhD thesis and resource. So like that way, we are promoting the usage of the theses and internal resources for the user community. That. So now let us see some of the emerging other technologies also, which libraries should try to incorporate and should try to augment along with their services and resources. And the one is the learning management system, or LMS. So like, okay, so it was become more popular during the case of COVID pandemic, and the education was happening in online mode. So libraries should try to integrate this type of learning management system to facilitate the learning possibilities of the students. Either it can be the schools, college, or university systems. Like, so there are many softwares available, either in open source software or in a commercially available software also, like Moodle, which is another open source software. Then you have a Google Classroom, then many commercial softwares like Blackboard and things like that. So this library should implement this type of technology to promote the course content. Okay, so we can collaborate with the faculty members to generate the course content, and we can facilitate as a library and information services. We can promote the use of these resources, and we can populate the course materials. Another thing is discovery services. So discovery services, like as far as a library is concerned, we have different type of resources. We have the journals, of course. We have the print and electronic journals, electronic books, different databases, different data sets, then online resources like online catalog, internal resources like institution repository. Okay, then video collection, maybe you are in-house video collection, or any other resources which are available to the user community. Okay, but the problem is that it's not that having the resources available. Accessibility of these resources is a bit of a challenging. See, for example, a student who is doing a research on coronavirus. Okay, so his first priority or first intention naturally will be to go to the resource which are most probability, like, see, he may be looking at some journals or databases in the field of biology, life sciences, or health sciences, because he knows that, okay, most of the content related with this topic may be in this area. Okay, but there are cases that there can be the resources or articles available on this coronavirus research, which will be much relevant, but it is not being published in these databases or journals, but it has been published in a journal which is more relevant to another subject. Say, for example, an ACS journal, American Chemical Society, that is mainly on to the chemistry. But that journal would have come up with a solution or a result of an invention regarding a drug discovery on for the treatment of coronavirus. So ultimately, what happened? There is a less chance for the SES, this student or this researcher to look into the American Chemical Society journals. So similarly, it can happen in any other fields also. Like, so there are numerous resources, because now we can see that there are so many resources from different domains are available in most of the libraries. Even now, after ONOS came also, you can see that there are lot of resources coming from various other subject areas also to libraries. So the solution for us is to have a discovery services. So it will be having a search interface to retrieve information which is available in different type of databases. That is maybe from the eJournal database, books database, ebooks databases, library catalog, or from your in-house digital repositories or video collection. So it will be a single search facility. A single search facility wherein users will be able to get the required information. So these are commercial facilities available. Are some examples are EBSCO Discovery Services, Exlibris, Primo, Summons. These are the major services. Like then you have a JKIT. They also have a cumulative interface. So these provide a unified search interface for e-resources collection in a library. So that also try to enhance the usability and application of the library services. Then come to the automation tools. See, not the library automation software I'm talking about. See the process automations, different especially with the RFID technology. And here It has got radio frequency identification. That is one of the RFID has been implemented in many of the libraries, and we also have been using it for several years now, almost 10 years now. We are using a Bibliotheca RFID solutions, and which has got different components: self check-in, checkout kiosk, automated alert for the books which are passing out of the gate, then inventory management. I'll come to the details of all these things. So each book in the library will be having a tag or RFID tag associated with. So this tag will be having the data about the books. So the user is coming to an RFID, taking the book from the shelf, and he comes to an RFID self-service kiosk, and it has got a facility for borrowing a book, returning a book, or renewing a book, and also to find out their account. And also in our case, it has got a facility to display the promotional activities. See, we can see if the library is having an event, we can display it out here. Or the library is having a latest book, so that book cover page we used to display out here. So that is visible. Okay, so a user is coming and bringing the book out here, and he can show his ID card, and then that will be activated. He has to give a login. System will identify which book he has borrowed. Then he can go through the gate. Okay, so he can straight away go out without any hindrance. So in our case, we are one of the libraries in the country where we have completely completely removed the staff counter for circulation. We do not have. Ours is completely automated. Any students can come at any point of time whenever the library is open. They can go to the stack, take the book, and borrow using this self-service kiosk. Similarly, they can return it here through the self-service kiosk. Some libraries used to have automated return bin. So we haven't implemented that. It has got some drawbacks. The thing is, like, if a book is being dropped to a drop box, the book will be retrieved only after the library staff opens that. So it may be after once, twice, thrice, or depends on some periodic intervals only library staff will be opening that. So that will become an hindrance for the books, other students who wanted to use that, especially the textbook and all in case of academic libraries. And also it can, in many cases, if the book is a very heavy book, it can also damage, and the cost wise also it is a bit heavy. So we haven't gone for that. Instead, we are putting a trolley near to the self-service kiosk so that people can take that book and leave it after the book they have been returned it. Okay. Then RFID will have a component for inventory management. That is basically in the libraries we are using it for the stock aggregation. Apart from that, say an user, if he wanted to have a book, but in case if the book is not readily available in the actual location where it is supposed to be, then you can use this device. You go through the stack, so it will be the book is being retrieved out there. So these are different models of different products from different manufacturers. So these are the manufacturers. Here you can see that a user is going through a RFID gate and the book has not been borrowed. So it is, you can see that it is making a noise, and also it shows a visual alarm in a red color. Now in this particular thing it is set as red, so it is showing a visual alarm for RFID security gate. Now let us see how to enhance the visibility of information services. So in order to improve the visibility of the information services, okay, so we have to publicize it more. Okay, so how we can do that? So there are different tools which are available for increasing the visibility. That is one is blogging and social media marketing. Social media marketing, I did not have to explain to all of you. Like, so you are all seeing every day, like So you are having maybe some restaurant or maybe some shops, maybe some product. Okay, so they have been advertising through the social media. The same thing can be also done for a library as well, where we will be able to market our resources, services, and facilities and technologies using this social media marketing. Then another thing is influencer marketing with video or reels. Okay, so like many of the shops, they do this influencer market. See, influencer market is, it's not only that if you are having a social media account, say Facebook or whatever, okay, so it will have the reach only to your own community or your own users who follow to you, right? But you can influencer marketing wherein maybe you can contact an influencer or a blogger or a popular personality. Okay, so they can invite to your library, or they can have a video about or a reel about your this thing. And if they post their content in their platform, okay, their social media handles, it will have a large number of viewers. Okay, so you will have a much more wide publicity about it. Okay, so so such type of this thing can have it. It can have a local this thing also, like say for example, maybe your university may have some type of influencing personalities. Okay, like vice chancellor or something, who is somebody is visiting the library and they post that even the small this thing, that facility or whatever service there, if they are having few words on that, okay, that itself will create an impact on the society. Then institutional branding. See, when we have a subscription to the journals or online resources, they have provide a facility for branding of the institute, either by uploading the facilitating the logo of the institute, or providing the name of the institution or the library, so that whenever a user is searching for a resource, whenever they are reaching to that particular platform, so it shows that okay, you will be having the brand icons or the logo of the institute or the name of your library or your institution, so that they also know that okay, it is coming through the library only. Like, because there is another headache or a problem these days, that many of the users, whenever they are having an online access to the resources, they are not aware, or even many cases they are not aware that okay, this is being facilitated by the library. Sometimes they think that it is coming from the internet. Okay, so such type of confusion we can avoid using this this type of branding if we are providing what. Okay, then providing the reviews and star rating and putting the library details in the local listing. Okay, so all this thing you can have it. Then you can have a testimonial video guides illustrating about the facilities available in the library. So these tools will be definitely enhancing the visibility of the your services. Now, the first point in the previous slide is the blogging. So I wanted to concentrate little in detail about the blogging facilities, and you already know that what is a blog now, because a few years back blog was a new concept. Now it's like there are a lot of bloggers, and bloggers all are available, so you know that. Okay, so in short, just let us have a look onto the picture which is on the background. It's nothing but a notice board of a library or any institution. So you can see that numerous n number of items are being pinned in printed format. Some of them are announcements, some of them are course notice, some of them are some conference announcements, some of them are some application, some are some official orders, some are some cover page of something, some posters. All these things are pinned one by one after one. And even you can see that there are many items which are pinned on top of the previous ones. So it is happening that, okay, so you will be, overloaded or confused with too much of information, unstructured notices which is coming on this thing. So the old ones are not removed, or the latest ones are not being kept properly. It has not been segregated. So no one will be looking at this. So from this unstructured format, so now libraries can provide very structured blog which should act as an online notice board for the libraries. So I found it in our library. We have been effectively utilizing it. So I thought, okay, I'll be giving some input about this thing, how we have utilized that. So this on the right side, you can see this is the Newman Library Graduate Service, one of the libraries somewhere, and they have used the this is the first page of their blog. So let us see what is a blog. You have already seen that website, okay? But here it's again a website only, but it is updated very frequently. Okay, updated very frequently, but with the new materials posted on top of the page. See, if you take a page, I'll go back to the previous one. You can see that there are different content available posted here. So this is posted on June 9th. This is posted on June 25th. So it is that this is the latest one, latest post. So this is the latest news which is published in your notice board. So it is updated, and also it will be updating frequently, because as and when a library having a new announcement coming about anything, it can be a webinar you are organizing, or it can be the new arrivals which is coming into your library, or it can be a announcement about a new service which you start. Okay, or it can be a changing timing of the libraries, or it can be some tutorial material available for the users. All this thing you can add on to this website called blog. Okay, so that's why it is updating frequently, and whenever you add a new content, it will be posted on top. So that means always you can see the latest content on top of it, and it will have a time-stamping will be there. We containing periodic time-stamped content. That is important. See, like in a diary. So when we do a diary, when you write a diary note, so that will be entered in a corresponding to different dates, right? So today I'll be writing some diary note. Tomorrow I'll be writing some other note corresponding to that particular date. And maybe you can go back and see, okay, so what was the note which I have written on the last week? You can go through. Like that, this also having a timestamp. Okay, timestamp, and not only a timestamp, you can also add some keywords. You can also add some keywords so that you can categorize the content. See, you are having, even I'll show you that in the next slide, how it is being getting categorized. And it is a collaborative publishing space. So it's not that, okay, like in the library, you can have multiple staff members assigned to populate the, to publish the latest news on your blog. So it is a collaborative publishing space, not only one person doing it. If you wanted only one person to post in this thing, only the library only post, okay, you can have that. But if you wanted to designate to other members of your community, you can also do that. Now, let me show you, this is the blog of our ISET Random. So we have started in several years back. Okay, so here library info blog at ISET Random, that is the name which we have given. You can see that we had announced 15th April 2026. There is a how to get published in Italy. There was an ONOS webinar was there, so that announcement was given here. You can see there's some picture about some recognition to the library. And you can see the latest publications of ISET Random. So whenever the latest publications are added in the different databases like Scopus or Web of Science, that has been integrated, and it will be automatically populated here in this in this blog. So here I was mentioning that, okay, the beauty of the blog posting is that you can give, when you are writing a blog post, you can give a keyword. So when you give a keyword, you can categorize based on, you can have the categories like this. See, these are the keywords, or these are the categories which we have announced. So here you can see there is a post. The previous slide you have seen that there was a post about a full database which we recently added. So we put a label database and also another one new database. So these two announcements we put two category names here. So whenever we put this thing, so that will be coming under a category here. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Are you audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this type of categorization we can have. So say for example, new arrivals. So all new arrivals will be listed here. Automatically, this categorization happens automatically. We only have to give the keywords when we are posting a blog. See for example here, invited talks, details about that. Or events. See for example, different events. See if I wanted different events organized by the institute, I mean the library, you can see that there's events. There are some 66 events which we organized, either some training sessions or things like that. So now I wanted to see the events which has happened in 2012. You just have to simply click onto that. All that will be archived and seen there, one by one there. Okay, and see for example exhibition, book exhibitions. Say for example book fair. Okay, awards, different announcement. Okay, ebooks related things. Okay, announcement about Grammarly. Okay, so this type of categorization happens. Okay, we have to set only once. Then know how what you need to have. It's a very simple, like if you know how to write an email and send it, that much information only. You need not have to know any technological know-how on that. Now, so this we are, you can also have the beauty of this thing that you can have the blog archive. See in the first slide, we have seen that there are so many news items or the notices are pasted on the library notice board. So that has been one after other. It has been pasted and pinned. And sometimes you will find, okay, there was some announcement about some project funding from some organization. And maybe after 1 week only, I will realize that, okay, oh, there was something on the library notice board. Next time when you come, either the librarian would have removed that because it is an old one, or maybe something else would have added on top of that. So instead of that, if you are having a tag or a categorization given that award, you can simply click onto the award, it will be listed out there. And also if you wanted to have this archived, all this data is not getting lost. It will be systematically arranged based on the way how you are archiving it. So in my cases, we have archived in based on the monthly. The latest one will be having the in latest year will be showing in a monthly, and the remaining will be in a archived in a yearly. So even if we have started our blog in 2014, so even if I wanted to get some details about the activities which I have done in 2014, I can click on to here. So it will be available. So this is completely permanently available. So at any point of time, if anybody wanted to look at our institute activities, library activities, you can have. Okay, so this is about some training sessions which we had. We had the details about including photographs. So that will be acting as a promotional material for the library in the future also. Like even it will be acting as a for your library authority also. Tomorrow if somebody is asked, okay, what you have been doing, so we already have a record of everything what has happened. And here, as I mentioned in the first slide also, like so here we have integrated the blog with the RSS feed of that, so that whenever Scopus indexes any of the publication from our institute, it automatically feeds the content into the blog and it adds to the publication list. So every day, whenever it gets added, the latest display of the latest publication will be available. You can use it as a, there are different components. Basically, when you take create a blog, you can add a lot of component on top of it, depends on our requirement. As far as the library is concerned, see major requirement that I was mentioned was one is categorization, other one is archival, other one is see for example like a display of images and all those things. Then you can have online polls. See tomorrow you wanted to add new resources into a library, you wanted to have an online poll whether you wanted to have this to be added to library or not. you can create an online poll and you can get poll and you can see the result. Okay. And here you can set how many days you can display the poll, things like that. Then this is another thing which we can use at the library. It's the news clipping. See, in the traditionally we have been taking a news items relevant to our organization. See, for example, Kerala State Science and Technology, they will be interested on the science and technology activities in Kerala. So they may be archiving the news clipping by taking seroscopy and things like that. But here you can integrate it with, see this, we have integrated with the Google News. And there we'll have to give some keywords. So corresponding to that keywords, you can integrate this thing automatically. It will be populated with the news related with that. So this is again for current awareness survey. For example, now this is a video. Okay, topic. So we as a librarian identify the video lecture from different YouTube channels and some courses are available from internet freely. That you can integrate. You can embed that videos to that, so that instead of users going to the YouTube and search for this thing, before that we make a search and find out the relevant one, we post it. So immediately the users will be able to play the video as and when they require. And also you have a facility to link with your library related link to different publishers or different your to library catalog or to your institution and things like that. You can have it. This is another important using this blog is other important portal which we have created is a job alert portal. This is also nothing but it's a blog only. Okay, so what happened is that we are having the students from science field. Okay, so there are two things. One, when new users, new students join, they wanted to have an idea about, okay, what will be the job feature after we complete this thing. And another thing is that for the final year students, those who are passing out, they also will be looking for the jobs, or maybe for PhD positions, postdoctoral positions, globally in various part of the world. Okay, so here we have used this portal, and that has been integrated with from the data we is feeding automatically from different job portals of different journals like Science Online, like Nature Jobs, then Physics Today Jobs. They have announcement about the job postings, and they put the RSS feed also that we have been integrating. And so with this thing, we are having job posting the scientific field. So these are the job letters. It also get automatically updated as and when it is required. Another blog which we are using it for science funding information. See, the thing is like, see, there are research institutions. They will be looking, the faculties and scientists will be looking for research funding for their projects. There are a lot of scientific organizations. There are multiple funding agencies available, either in the country or abroad. Okay, they fund for their different scientific inventions in different field. Okay, so what we are doing is that, so we search on the net and find out different funding opportunities regarding the grants or award notifications or like that of funding. That announcement will be giving it here with an abstract, and also we'll mention the last date and a link to the for the more details, so that it will go to the publishers, I mean to the corresponding agencies website. So here we have a link to the funding agencies, ANRF, DST, DPT, CSIR, all this, UGC and all. And again, we are categorized. See, for example, if it is on a funding for a particular subject area, so this is funding scheme intended catalyst establish the new landscape. This is basically in the field of life science or bioscience. So we have given a keywords, labels, categories. We have put as a ANRF. That is the funding agency is ANRF. Other one is the funding is available for bioscience. Okay, so that here you can see that, okay, bioscience. Okay, there are 3 funding available. So you can click on to Bioscience, all including this announcement that will be coming into the announcement will be displayed for the users community. Now let us see the accessibility of information service. See, it's not only providing information. Information providing is one factor, but as Ranganathan was saying, right information to the right user in the right way, in a right place also. So there it is important how to enhance the accessibility of information provision. So one is remote access. So many other cases, the online resources are available in different formats. Like publishers, they provide either login based or maybe IP based. So in login based, what we have to give is that users will have to be provided with login ID and passwords for various publications. That is very cumbersome job for us as librarians. So there may be thousands of students and or users giving login, and whenever they leave with their test, let's imagine that is much difficult. At the same time, so many of the libraries they provide or they facilitate the resource access based on the IP address. So when we subscribe to the resources, we have to give the IP address data to the publishers. They activate the IP address in their server. So whoever access from our campuses, we will be able to access the resources which is coming to the IP address of our institute. Okay, but there are situations like in a university setup, users are not only in the campus, there may be day scholars, they are coming from their home. There may be some students going for internship during their vacation. They may be going to different other organizations, or some students, they may be going for some other conferences. Some students, they may go for their field study in some remote places. So, but the resources which are available in a library or an institution should be accessible to all people who are accessible, all people who are affiliated to that. So to facilitate that, there are systems available, remote access systems or single sign-on systems like OpenAthens, Easy Proxy, Shibboleth, etc. So these are basically these are subscription based. You'll have to subscribe to that on an annual basis. Then you have to log into that. Then you can give a login ID to the users. Once they log in from their locations, remote locations, they will be able to access the resources which is available to your campus as if they are in your premises. Okay. Then another option is that virtual private network. As all of you know that virtual private network is an extension of your internal network, which will be provided by institution to the authorized users. There also you will be able to access it through that. Okay, so these are basically to facilitate the remote access. Then coming to mobile interfaces and things like that for accessing more details about the mobile based library services we will talk about. Then another tool for facilitating accessibility is the tutorials, because we used to have the physical tutorials. You can depend on the online tutorials also. So either it can be of online, but it's a real time, or it can be other ways also. Like, okay, so one can have a self-instructional tutorials, or one can have a video-based tutorials, or one can have interactive guides, or online classes like MOOCs on different services. So these are the tutorials we can have. Let us have a look on a self-instructional tutorials. Self-instructional tutorials. See this, we have been an ISER, we have been using, we are having so many online resources and so many batches of students will be coming and it may not be always practical to give an personal training to them. Of course, we do hands-on training frequently. Still, at any point of time, people wanted to use some resources. They may not be aware of how to use it. So here we have created a self-instructional tutorial on library catalog. Basically, how to use the library catalog. So for this, we are using a freely available software. It's a small piece of software called debug mode Wink. You can download it from debugboard.com/wink.html. You can install onto your PC. It will, along with the software itself, you will have a small documentation available. You can create a self-instruction. It will be capturing the video of the interface so that we can add the captions on top of the top of it, so that students will be, or the users will be able to, at their own pace, they can learn the how to learn this application. See, once you click onto that thing, this our self-instructional tutorials created using Wink. We are having 6 modules. One is about the introduction about the library catalog, how to search for the print book in the library catalog, how to search for ebooks from the library catalog, how to use the library account, how to reserve the books, and how to reset the password in case if they forgot the password. So these are the 6 modules which we have. So another thing which I should mention is that mobile library services. So nowadays, everyone, there is no one, I should say, that without a smartphone. So according to that, okay, mobile become a part and parcel of the library service and so on. So here in our library also we have been using that mobile library services. One can have a library mobile app. One can have QR code based services, and also I can show you that 2 other applications which we use in our library: Shelf on Mobile and Books on Mobile services. So we are branding it as a M Library for ISER Central Library. So this is the logo which we have created. See, in our library, so we have the physical library. Here you can see that each shelf, okay, each rows of the shelf we have provided with a QR code. Okay, students can come to the library and scan this QR code. Why this is given for each and every shelf and each and every row means, see, now you can see the books are available, all books are available full, the shelf is full. There are times when the class starts, a professor suggests okay, some assignments, or when the class starts, students will be taking all important book from the stack. So you will find almost that particular shelf will be almost empty, or only the relevant book will be available on the shelf. Okay, so then they may not be knowing which were the other book which are available in the library. So for that, one can scan this thing and scan this QR code on the library shelf, and then on their mobile they'll be able to see the details about the book on their mobile. Here you can, this link, they can open it, they can reserve it, they can also find whether it's available. If it is not, it's I mean, how many people have reserved, and when probably they'll be getting it. Even if they've reserved, all these details will be available on that. So this is one effective service which we have been utilizing it. So another thing is that, see, we are having a print book along with ebooks. So these are 2 different collections. Print book is separate, another set of ebooks, but there may be a slight overlap. That means a print book may have an ebook version also available in our collection. In such cases, each print book which having an online version available, we put a QR code in the first page, on the first page of the book. Okay, so that the student or the user can scan this in their mobile, this QR code, and they can download that book if it is part of our subscription, so that they need not have to borrow the book from the physical library. So this type of promotional materials we can use in the libraries. So as part of mobile library, library services, we have created QR code for various publishers' online resources, so that instead of typing the QR code, they can simply scan the QR code and use through their mobile applications. Another thing, important facility which publishers now they are providing is mobile pairing. So mobile pairing is also basically for a remote accessing of the resources. See, many publishers, say for example, like American Mathematical Society, okay, they provide a mobile remote AMS remote access facility, wherein the user, if he is in a campus in an authorized IP network, they can use their laptop or a mobile from this facility. Once they are having a activation of this pairing happens. Okay, so once that has been paired, and once that pairing is happening, they can take the laptop to their home, and without any other remote login facilities, straight away they can use it as if they are within the campus. So this is called mobile pairing, or this is So American Mathematical Society, I think many other publishers also providing this facility. So that will be having a time period. Say for example, AMS they provided for 90 days, but I think Scopus also, not Scopus, Sense also having the same thing. That will be for 6 months or 3 months. I have to check it. Okay, so each publisher have their own features. Some publisher they don't provide, but there are some publishers they provide this type of. So this type of facilities also we have to popularize among the users. So we conduct sometimes some mobile library week to facilitate this type of mobile-based services. Then we have to use assistive technologies. What is this assistive technology? Basically, there may be users, they are visually impaired, okay, or hearing impaired, okay. Such type of users also may be there. We have to take into consideration also. We have to take into our fold. So accordingly, library should adopt to the technologies for screen readers, okay, where one cannot read it, but they should have a screen reader facility, and text-to-speech apps, braille displays, screen magnifiers. If the visual is having a visual problem, but you can see a little bit, then one can have this screen magnifiers. Then speech-to-text applications. Then sign language tools. Even there are tools available for sign language these days online. Also, you can have available, I think, free of course. Then audiobooks and ebooks with acoustic features, and videos resources with captions. Okay, so these are the assistive technology we can also take for propagating the library services for the impaired user community. So now, before we go for the analysis of the impact of the information services, we should see that there are certain services apart from providing journals, magazines, books, or normal services. Many other facilitation service also library should take it up. See, like in the academic publishing, okay, library should provide facilities like tools for authoring tools. Say, for example, LaTeX softwares, or even its advanced facility, or which is simplified facilities are like Overleaf. Of course, these are commercial products to easily prepare the or easily typeset the document. Okay, and reference management tools for the researchers to compile the bibliography references easily and compile well. It will be enhancing their or facilitating their preparation of the manuscript or thesis or project report. Similarly, for checking the grammar, tools like Grammarly, tools for checking the plagiarism like Turnitin or Drillbit, such facilities also library should provide to the user community. Then only we can see the impact. Okay, so impact of information services, see, including the research analytics, altmetrics, citation tracking, scholarly communication. So this different databases and our library can use tools like Scopus, RoboScience, and all to analyze this type of publication metrics, altmetrics analysis, citation analysis, and things like that. See, for example, if you are having a library users, there are a lot of scientists or faculty members or research scholars. We also should know that, see, we have been providing this type of facilities. What is the impact of that onto the society or to the community? So you can analyze their profiles, researchers' profiles. There are different profiles available like Scopus profile, Google Scholar profile, Web of Science profile. Even each one of these things we provide, they provide the publishers, they provide the identifications like Scopus ID, Google Scholar ID, WebOS. So that is uniquely identifying each author in this system. So it's a scientist who has published the document in these different databases like Scopus, Google Scholar, things like that. So see, if we are having an author ID of a Scopus ID of an author from author, we will be able to identify number of publications he has got, how many citations he has got, what is the H-index of his publications, and what is the pattern of publication, which are the articles which he has published, and how many citations he has got for each one of them, and what is the pattern of publication, whether it is gradually increasing or diminishing. All these things can be analyzed by the looking at this user's profile. So this will also this type of facility also we should provide to the users, so they also will be attracted to the libraries. That way also we can provide, I mean, facilitate the library services. So this is again another profile of the same person as a Google Scholar author profile. Okay, here also you can see that the rich index, number of publications, number of citations. Okay, all details will be available. ORCID author profile. So ORC ID is basically, or ORCID is popularly known as ORCID. Basically, all of you should create an ORCID ID. It's a freely available facility. This is an academic identity for any scientific person, any academicians. Okay, so it will be like your biodata. It should sell yourself as a scientist. It should have complete data of yourself. You can link your ORCID ID to your Scopus ID or other IDs, so that automatically when you publish the public articles, when it is been indexed in Scopus, it automatically populates in this ORCID, your ORCID ID profile, so that this ORCID, using your ORCID ID, other collaborators from in your own field will be able to know about yourself and to popularize yourself. And there are chances for you to get collaborated more, and also to get more research oriented, more research. You can collaborate with on more research. Also, you have a facility for adding your projects, funded project, your publications, that too in any other any of your academic achievements you can upload onto this particular ORCID profile, So even the publishers nowadays, whenever you submit a publications manuscript to a publisher for publishing to their journal, they ask for ORCID ID. And if you are providing that along with your author name, they'll be providing your ORCID ID. So that will be available globally for whoever access your article. They can click on to you are indirectly selling yourself to the users using your ORCID ID. So that of course definitely your article will be read by somebody in your own field. So they can know about your all other activities, all your projects, all your this thing. So even you can get a collaboration from them. So like that, it is very important as far as a academician is concerned. It can be from any field. It need not be from science. It can be from library science. It can be from social science or humanities or any field. You can have a ORCID ID. This is again Web of Science. They are having their author profile like this. So each identifier here also you can find author will be having an identification. So this is the research Web of Science research ID. They are having some number. But in case of ORCID, so their ORCID ID will be something like this. So having a URL along with a number. Okay. So in case of Scopus ID, you'll be having a particular number. See, this is your Scopus ID. This is a particular number. Now, integrating all these IDs, all these academic profiles. See, for example, now InfluBNet has come up with this IRN, Indian Research Information System. Okay, so many institutions, they are coming with the faculty profile of or researcher profile of their thing. So it's a complete profile of the institute. See, this is the academic profile of ISET Quantum. Here you can see total number of publications, how many patents you have. Out of that, how many are open access publications, green open access publications, things like that. How many journal articles, how many conference proceedings, how many books, how many book chapters, how many chapters, and in each publication, what type of altmetrics analysis you had, different projects, all the details, complete profile of a faculty will be available in this thing. You can have a department-wise arranged. You can have it and so that you can get full details about any of the faculty member of your institute. So tool for facilitating user engagement. So like we are already seen that, okay, webinars, workshops, feedback system. Even now we are having online feedback systems. And you can have outreach strategies like email alerts, social media alerts, WhatsApp and Telegram. All this you can use it to facilitate user engagement. And there are many emerging tools also coming up like AI and chatbots, machine learning, cloud computing, data analytics, VR, virtual reality applications and all which is coming into that. So let us just have some of the AI tools which will be, there are n number of, I haven't gone through that in detail because these are still emerging and many tools are coming up in AI. Now it has become important that without an AI tools library we cannot, we will not be able to, survive. And by using this thing, it's noted that okay, we can save a lot of time and we can provide many of the useful service also to our beneficiaries. See, there are tools like content creation. Many of you know that ChatGPT, okay, Jasper, OPI for designing of content like Canva AI. You can design the posters and presentation, things like that. Midjourney. Then social media tools, Redis AI, Botsuite, chatbots, Jot, Form AI, library bots, analytics, Google Analytics, Notion AI, text to audio conversions, voice AI, Resemble AI. Like that, there are n number of things. So this is, as a librarian, we have to find out which is best for our own different requirement and make use of them effectively. Then again, now there are publishers also coming with not only their databases, that is being coming added with AI tools. See, in case of Scopus, you know, like Scopus and Web of Science are the bibliography databases, major bibliography database, where you can search for any topic, any articles, any publications, and you can have different analysis options and all. But now they have come up with Scopus, have come up with something called Scopus AI. So it's a generative AI powered search tool that summarizes, analyzes, and synthesizes information within the Scopus data. The content, see, for example, when you're using generative AI like ChatGPT, that will be taking the general content from the web. But instead here, it analyzes, it generate content based on the Scopus database content. That means you have complete academic data with that you can analyze and summarize the information. Then similarly, Web of Science also having a tool called Web of Science Research Assistant. It's a generative AI-powered tool within the Web of Science core collection, designed to speed up literature reviews and research discovery. So this is also these two also, these are not freely available. These are part of the subscription. You have to pay additional for that. These two resources which is provided by this major bibliographic database publishers. So the benefit what we have is that it can improve the visibility and outreach. It can enhance the user engagement. It saves a lot of our time. So many times we can find that, see, there are, say for example, if you wanted to create a poster, an announcement poster, you can upload, or you tell the AI tool, okay, I want to create a poster with this content. So within a few seconds, you are getting the content generated. So you don't have, otherwise you would have been taken few hours time to design a poster. Okay, just one example. Okay, to support multilingual and inclusive services. See, now even if you wanted to talk with a person who is no only French, you can use AI softwares. You can convert that into a, you can speak, it will be converted into another language, and then you can communicate, things like that. And also for data-driven decision making also, AI helps a lot. See, now you can see that AI-powered library robots also available. So this I was taken from the Northwest University, NWU library. So they have provided a robot. Okay, a person is come, there's a display. You can speak to the robot and it will display the details. And also, if, say, for example, if you wanted to take to a place or maybe a location where the computer lab is, or a particular type of books are kept, so that will take you to the location and show you there it is, and it come back, and again it will be available, staying for the users to come back. So this type of facilities are coming up in this AI powered library era. So now let us see what are the major challenges in promoting information services, because we have seen that many other things which required budget, that is one constraint, and trained manpower, that is another constraint. Again, still we are talking about all advanced technologies and all, still there exists digital divide in the country. So these are the major bottlenecks. So what happened? If you wanted to integrate with a new technology, if you don't have a budget, then you'll be stuck. You will not be able to subscribe to the resources. See, like online databases and journals, all of them are very heavily costly. It may not be affordable to all institutions due to budget constraints. Similarly, computing and other infrastructure development, and you will be having a reduced promotional activities. So that also will be the constraint which we have. Manpower limitations. Many places we will notice that shortage of trained staff, lack of technical expertise, and then due to this thing, the available staff member will be overloaded with a lot of job. So ultimately, it will be ending up limited user support. If you wanted to facilitate a user, so he will be, most of his time will be used for other job. So the user support will be limited. So digital divide. The problem with that is that unequal access to internet. Everybody does not have access to internet, or many do not have digital device. So many of the technology, whatever we are talking about, in order to access all this, you need to have the digital devices. So that is not available. And many people are not digitally literate. See, leave out digital literate, there are many people they are illiterate, even other ways. So that's a major concern. Digital literacy is a major drawback. I mean, low digital literacy is a major drawback for digital literacy. And there is a tremendous gap between rural and urban area. The people in those area having, see, in the case of some state, it may be the gap may be less, but there are many states where the rural and urban gap is much more wider. So what are the solutions? So in order to tackle the financial constraint, we can opt for open source tools. We can encourage the institutions can collaborate with other institutions, those who can help others. Institute can depend on corporate social responsibility funding from corporate institutions, corporate bodies, or funding from government agencies or NGOs. So these are the strategy we should follow. These are the solutions. So I would like to conclude with this. In short, technology is reshaping the landscape of libraries and information services, making innovations essentials. To stay relevant, libraries must adopt future-ready approaches. So as we have seen that all lot of new technologies, a new type of services, libraries mandatorily should reshape themselves and adapt to these new type of services to make them relevant in the latest environment. Despite challenges like we have seen, budget constraint, manpower shortage, and digital divide, effective service promotion is achievable through strategic effort by the library and its authorities. However, we have seen that success of information services depend on positive mindset, initiatives, and a strong commitment to user-centered service. So this last point is much more important. We may have any type of services, any type of technologies, any type of resources. It is immaterial unless we are having an attitude. The information providers, librarians, the institutions should have an attitude, a service-minded attitude. Unless we have that mindset, we should not be able to succeed in providing any type of modern services. It's not that how much of our information you have, how much of our technology you have. We, the librarians, have to come up and raise and act upon and change our attitude towards the users and absorb the new and relevant technologies and facilitate them to users to stay ourselves relevant, the libraries relevant, and for the betterment of the society as a goal. So with this, I would like to conclude this presentation, and I would like to thank each one of you for patiently listening to this session, and extremely I'm very much thankful to the organizers for organizing this webinar and making this publicized and making this participants available. And Thank you once again. Now I am open for any questions. If you have any clarity or any doubt, the floor is open for the audience.
So thank you, sir. I think we'll have a few questions as you all agreed. Participants, please.
Hello, Sainul sir. Myself, Sumit Sundari from Ashoka University.
Okay.
Thank you for presenting such informative content to us. I had two questions, sir. One was, I wanted to know your views on how much does creativity or the way we present the promotional materials and targeted user matter, or should I say, have importance in promoting information services. Number second is usually library branding, outreach, and promotional activities are not given as much importance as other library operations. So, how do we address this issue?
Yeah, one thing is the branding. You mean the branding and promotional activities, right? So now, anyway, now due to a lot of technologies which is available, so creating of these materials and all, it is not that difficult for you. Okay, and even say for example, promotional materials is I was mentioning about the Canva. So that's a very simple tool which we can create even a brochure or a material. You can very easily create it. Okay, similarly, there are many other tools which can use it like. Okay, another thing is that, okay, the promotional activities. So definitely that has to be given very much importance, because now the thing is that day by day new technologies and new services we have to introduce. And that has to be informed to the user community using various ways, as I was mentioning in this thing. So it is a very critical in these days, because now it's not only providing them, and also to disseminate information about that is a much critical. Okay, so here we conduct, apart from all these things, so we do conduct, when the students or the users comes in, we conduct a class-based orientation. Then we divide them into some small group, depends on their flavor. Some maybe from chemistry, some maybe from biology or different subject areas. We group them into smaller groups. Then we give a specific orientation which will be specific to that. That will be covering the resources which is relevant to their area. Okay. Then even then also you will have to have some sort of individual based sessions which will have to be handed over. So apart from that, we'll be supplementing with tools like online tutorials, things like that. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Also, I would like to add to your point that it's also important to promote, because also our administration and our seniors should know what all good works we are doing.
That is most important, because that was in the first slide itself mentioned. So we have to promote, even to clarify ourselves, okay, what are the things which we are doing, and also to the user community, what are the resources and facilities available, and basically, and more importantly, to the authority under whom we are working. So they should know that, okay, these are the activities which we are having.
Yes.
And then only when we are requesting for a funding or facilities, then they should not ask you why you wanted it. So they should be well aware of that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Dr. Sainul, I am Vijay Kumar, formerly of Department of Library Science.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, please. Oh, you are here.
Okay. First of all, I appreciate your comprehensiveness of the presentation. Okay. And moreover, I have about this particular question about library branding and other things. I am just adding another side, because in the curriculum itself, more stress is given on circulation, classification, cataloging, and other things. The tradition started by Dr. Ranganathan. Still, that tradition continues. And these modern developments, of course, library automation and other related things are covered. But this propagation or these promotional activities are not given adequate importance in the curriculum itself. That also has to be taken care of. Okay.
Yeah, maybe in the syllabus also it has to be incorporated so that even from the budding library professional should have carry over
that view should be there. That is
correct.
That is a basic purpose of our work.
Correct, sir. Yeah, that is very well required. Yeah.
Sir, I have actually some doubt. Actually, we need to change something else in the other courses also, because usage of libraries actually become tough for people doesn't know actually the other subject areas. So usage should be a part of the curriculum, at least a small paper or something else.
Yeah, in other you mean?
Yeah, other subject areas, not type. So for BLAs or MISC, people learn what librarian side, but other people like scientists or science students, they need to know how to use the library properly.
Definitely.
How to make it effective.
Yeah, there are two things. Yeah, there are two things. One can be having, now we are having a credit-based systems and all, where they can have some modules like how to use this type of resources and databases or search strategy and things like that. That is one side of it. Other side is that the library community also should be proactive to disseminate to the user community that how to use all these things. So these two aspects we should take care of that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, in many countries, information literacy programs are effectively carried out, but we are yet to give much stress on that. Apart from the introduction that is given at the beginning of the course, nothing is given. But information literacy is an important component by means of which all these developments could be introduced to the users, and they could be brought up to that level.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hope, is there any more questions from our participant side? If not, I think Jinsi. Then I think we can wind up. I request Srimati Jinsi Rajan for any questions. Anything else?
One more question, sir. How information overflow in the concerned with the social media related to IPR?
Pardon?
Can you understand how information overflow in the concerned with the social media related to IPR? Can you understand, sir?
No, I did not get your point.
Maybe related to copyright, madam?
Yes, sir. It's related to copyright.
Yeah, definitely copyrighted content you cannot. Copyrighted content definitely you cannot post it in any of the social media or things like that, because always it will be under the copyrighted licensing. Like
this question is presented in the chat box also. The same question.
Sorry, I didn't.
The last question.
Yeah. Our information overflow is concerned in the social media.
There is some lack of clarity in the question.
Yeah, that's not very clear, actually.
Yeah.
So the problem with the social media itself is the overflow. Not only the overflow of information, the misinformation also is a major problem for the social media. Like, because anybody can write anything, so it need not be an authentic. So, but that was the case in the earlier case. Like you had information which was in a structured information, like in a format of either in a news, in a reputed news media, or in a book, or in a journal article, or things like that. But when the social media came, anybody it has become that, okay, anybody can post anything. It may be correct or wrong, or it may be there are chances that, okay, it can violate the IPR as well. So definitely one should be careful on that, the content which is posted onto social media. I don't know if I answered your question.
So yes, yes, put another copyright. It's about copyright. I think what he has in mind, I don't know whether it is he or she.
Yeah, it's not.
What he has in mind is that whether it is a violation of the copyright, that is taking something from the social media information, whether it contravenes the IPR Act or something like that. From what is presented by the addition of the term copyright, I mean, whether there is any violation in the overflow of information that is available through the social media platforms.
Okay.
Of course, you can't say that it is copyrighted.
Yeah,
But
correct.
still,
Yeah.
propagating it again is contravenes the IPR Act.
Definitely, yeah. Any other questions?
I think no more questions. So we may move to the next page. That is, we will have a word of thanks by Dr. Srimati Jinsi Rajan, Library Assistant at KSCSTE. Jinsi, please.
Good afternoon, all. My duty is to propose the vote of thanks in the webinar section. First of all, I express my sincere gratitude to our resource person, Dr. Sainul Abideen sir. Sir, given very informative and excellent section about promoting information services with technology. Thank you very much, sir. Then I extend my sincere gratitude to our member secretary, Dr. Sabu sir, our ISD head, Dr. Harinarayanan sir, our librarian, Sagilekha madam. Then I would like to extend my gratitude to each and everyone who attend the webinar. Also, I am grateful to all my colleagues for their help and support. Once again, thanks to all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.